Mob violence, arson and looting again erupted in several English cities overnight as the rioting that started in London continued throughout the country. 3 men said to have been protecting their local community have reportedly been run over and killed in Birmingham. And the British Prime Minister David Cameron says police are now allowed to use whatever tactics they feel are necessary, as the number of arrests push past 1,100. Europe correspondent Philip Williams reports.
Police struggled to contain violence in several English cities, including Liverpool, Bristol, Nottingham and Manchester. There were running battles as hundreds of youths, some reportedly as young as 10, rampaged through the city centre, smashing and looting shops and setting them alight.
I was shocked and horrified to see the ages of some of these hooligans and thugs. We're talking about 9, 10, 11-year-olds with balaclavas on.
And in Birmingham, mobs of young people created havoc, overturning vehicles, attacking police, creating terror amongst those trying to escape the violence.
Still scared now, and I've got to go home. Really scared.
It's here that 3 local men reportedly defending their neighbourhood were run over and killed. In London, by contrast, a relative calm, not seen since Saturday, and perhaps this is the reason. A near tripling of police numbers drawn from forces far from the capital. The Prime Minister, David Cameron, has toughened the rhetoric after a second meeting of his emergency cabinet.
Whatever resources the police need, they will get. Whatever tactics the police feel they need to employ, they will have legal backing to do so. We will do whatever is necessary to restore law and order onto our streets. Every contingency is being looked at. Nothing is off the table. The police are already authorised to use baton rounds, and we agreed at Cobra that while they're not currently needed, we now have in place contingency plans for water cannon to be available at 24 hours' notice.
Not content with official reassurances, hundreds of Londoners, unhappy with the level of police protection, took to the streets in a show of vigilante force. They were joined in places by members of the far right-wing group, the English Defence League. Suspected looters were chased. A bus carrying black youths was attacked.
The police are unable to control the streets. Today, these are local people, not EDL. These are patriots who have come out to defend their area. So the EDL's come down, about 50 of us, to manage them and control them and to sort of guide them.
Elsewhere, shop owners were occupied cleaning up the mess and wondering if they have a future.
At the moment, I'm thinking, what now, you know? How do I start now? Where do I go from here now?
The mood was lifted when an army of volunteers armed with brooms set about helping clean up some of the mess in Clapham Junction. More than 6 rioters and 100 police officers have been injured, some with serious head and eye injuries. Police cells are overflowing, with many more arrests expected. In the uneasy calm, Britain's police watchdog announced there was no evidence that 29-year-old Mark Duggan, the Tottenham man whose death at the hands of the police sparked the riots, opened fire on officers before he was shot. Once the violence up and down the country is over, there'll be a lot of searing questions. How could some of the young of this country have become so disconnected that they can attack their own communities? Philip Williams, Late Line.